Greetings and salutations one and all. Welcome to the night shift. It's a brand spanking new week right here on the night shift and a brand spanking new month. Not to mention it is the month that I celebrate all month long. Yep, it's my Earth Date month. Best believe. And we kick it off tonight. I want to say thanks to each and everyone locked in right now. Welcome to the show. Those on TuneIn Radio, the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew across the pond, One Harmony Radio. Hailing from Detroit to Denmark and everywhere in between, WGLRO, home of the Donnie Walker Morning Show. And I want to take a moment to express my condolences to the Donnie Walker Morning Show and family and friends of WGLRO and the Donnie Walker Morning Show on the passing of the Crown Prince. It's sudden, and I don't even have words. But now there's he has truly left a space, left a space that needs to be filled. But there won't be anybody that can fill that space quite like him. And we do extend our condolences. I extend my condolences to his family, biological and extended. And prayers go out to each and every one that he has touched. He will be missed. But sleep in peace, Crown Prince. Wanna welcome those tuned in on PEMG TV. Yeah, I know it's kind of tough to switch from that somber moment to continue on the high that we started off with, but had to take that moment to express condolences. I want to say big ups to those locked in on PEMG TV, and of course right here at the home of the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew, kevinstew.com. Glad to have you. Couldn't do it without you. You have my word. I wouldn't even try.
I will be your zaddy, 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 your sugar daddy, zaddy, zaddy. Lady.
Let's see if we can get some energy back up in there. Kicking it off with a Leon Caldero track called Zaddy. I want to say thanks to Paul C Media Group for sponsoring this segment of the show. When being in the moment is priceless, give them a call. They can meet many of your needs. Hosting, they host my site. They can create your site. They can provide you streaming services. They provide mine. And it doesn't really matter what kind of organization you have. It could be a church, it could be a school, it could be an office. You need streaming services? Give Pulse Media Group a call. Tell them you heard about them on the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. How you get in touch? 77399. Sorry, not 773. That's my number. 754 999 6020. You can also reach out to them online at pulseemg.com. Thank you, Devon and crew. So, this little thingy here that we're going to be talking about tonight, I had a little bit of a discussion with a friend of mine. And it is one of those things that, yeah, it's not the time of year that you'd really be talking about this or looking for this, that. But listen, as soon as you quint, this spending season will be over and we'll be looking to recover some of our money from taxes. Yeah, when we file them, right? But this whole tax thing, you know, why? And I've always asked why. You know, what's the purpose of it? And you know, you the amount of taxes that you actually pay is ridiculous, because you go to work and you earn some money, it's taxed. Then you go to spend some of that money and buy supplies for your home, some things to live, that is taxed. You save some, that get taxed. If you win some, that get taxed. So you're paying all kind of taxes. And then the money that get taxed already, and you get the balance of it, you getting taxed again. Why? So, I went to do a little looking, and I was hoping to get someone on who was versed in the history and the ways of taxation. But I wasn't that fortunate this go around. So y'all just going to have to settle for me. Numbers to get you in touch if you do decide to participate, as I hope you do. 773-789-STEW, 773-789-7839 gets you in touch. You can call, you can text. I encourage it. And of course, you can jump into the stew pot on kevinstew.com. Others call it a chat room. We're fancy over here. We call it the stew pot. And I do encourage y'all to join in. And, you know, it's judgment free. So give your views, share your knowledge. I'd love to hear it. Everybody else would love to hear it also. All right? Cool. So, taxes. Just the sound of the word, it can make you cringe. And I know for a lot of Americans it does. It just, you lose your appetite, you don't want to do anything, you lose your drive, whichever drive it is, hard drive, sex drive, drive to play, scoring drive, whichever drive, you know, just hearing about taxes, it just goes. This somewhat national hatred for taxes dates back to the tax burden placed on American colonies believe it or not, by Great Britain. Colonists were taxed for every consumer good, from tea to tobacco to legal documents. The taxation without representation led to many revolts, such as the Boston Tea Party, in which colonists dumped tea into the Boston harbor rather than to pay taxes on it. Yep. Now, although the American colonists fought for independence from British rule and British taxes, once the United States government formed, its main source of revenue was derived from, well, you guessed it, placing customs and excise taxes on the same items that had been taxed by Great Britain in before the they got their independence. And in 1812, in an effort to support an expensive war effort, the US government imposed the first sales tax, which was placed on gold, silverware, jewelry, and watches. In 1817, internal taxes, being taxes on goods and land, were terminated, and the government relied on tariffs, which are taxes on imports or exports. Now, it wasn't until 1862 that the United States imposed the first national income tax. To support the Union Army during the American Civil War, Congress passed tax laws in both 1861 and 1862. The Office of Commissioner of Internal Revenue was established by the Tax Act of 1862, which stated that the commissioner would have the power to levy and collect taxes. The office was also given the authority to seize property and income in order to enforce tax laws. Whose brilliant idea was that? These powers remain pretty much the same right now, today. Although the Internal Revenue Service, as it's been known since the 1950s, will tell you that enforcement tactics have been toned down just a bit. How much of a bit? What kind of a bit? Is that like a drill bit? I don't know. In 1863, the federal government collected the first income tax. This graduated tax was similar to the income tax that we paid today. Those who earned $600 to $10,000 per year paid at a rate of 3%. Those who earned in excess of $10,000 paid 5%. A flat rate was imposed in 1867. 5 years later, in 1872, the national income tax was repealed altogether, since the Civil War was long over and revenue needs had declined. The federal government went back to relying mainly on tariffs and excise taxes, such as liquor taxes. Now, spurred on by the Populist Party, in their 1862 campaign to reduce high tariffs, Congress passed the Income Tax Act of 1894. And this was to make up the difference. This act taxed 2% of personal income that was more than $4,000, which only affected the top 10%. The income tax was short-lived as the U.S. Supreme Court struck it down only a year after it was enacted. The justices wrote that the income tax was unconstitutional because it failed to abide by a constitutional guideline. This guideline required that any tax levied directly on people must be levied in proportion to a state's population. In 1913, the income tax became a permanent part of the US government. Congress avoided the constitutional roadblock mentioned by passing a constitutional amendment. The 16th Amendment reads, "The Congress shall have power to lay and collect taxes on incomes from whatever source derived without apportionment among the several states, and without regard to any census or enumeration." The 16th Amendment gave the government the power to levy taxes on people regardless of state population. The Underwood Tariff Act of 1913 included an income tax section that initiated the progressive system that we use today. Those who earned more than $3,000, $4,000 for married couples, were subject to a 1% tax, which increased depending on income and topped out at 7%. During World War II, the federal government began withholding taxes, also known as pay-as-you-earn taxation system. This gave the government the steady flow of money needed to finance the war effort. In 2014, the tax brackets range from 10% to 39.6%. Yeah, I hope y'all staying with me. You're still with me, right? Cool. So, while most Americans only think about taxes when April approaches, which, believe me, is not very far away, the tax collection process actually runs all year long. It never stops. They say there are two things that are guaranteed, and one of them is taxes. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The process begins when you start a new job. You and your employer agree on your compensation. Cool. This is usually an hourly rate or an annual salary, whichever way it works out. And this adds up to your gross or your before tax income. The next thing you do is fill out a W-4 form. The W-4 is like a miniature income tax survey. It determines if you're single or married, if you have children or other dependents, if your spouse works, and if you have childcare expenses. These are called your personal allowances. The number of allowances listed on the W-4 determines how much income tax your employer will withhold from each paycheck. So, why does your company do this? Because employers are required by law to withhold income tax from all employee paychecks and deposit the money in a Federal Reserve Bank. That is why it happens. And this is how the federal government maintains a steady stream of income while also drawing interest on our tax dollars, the worker bees. Instead of paying taxes once a year in April, you really pay them all year long. Now, the W-4 form is important because it ensures that you are not paying either too much or too little in taxes. And that's federal income tax during the year. Some people love to get a big refund check when they file their tax returns in April. But what that really means is that they were paying too much tax during the year. They could have put that money in the bank, invested it, or bought something useful with it rather than letting the IRS borrow it. And by adjusting the number of allowances on the W-4 form, then you can decrease or increase the amount withheld from each check. Now, that way, there are no big checks or big bills in April. So what you really want to do is make sure to check annually to make sure that the information that you have is up to date. Because as far as, well, as a matter of opinion, Uncle Sam likes to take your money. And I don't think Uncle Sam likes to give it back. So do your best to give Uncle Sam's portion so that you don't have to battle with trying to get yours. So filing income taxes in April is quite a bit like settling up with the IRS. In reality, you've been paying taxes all year long. In April, all you're doing is determining if you've paid the right amount of taxes. If you paid too much, you get a refund. You pay too little, you'll be writing another check to say, hey, here is what I owed you. Now, income tax forms like the 1040 are notoriously confusing. But that's because they're based on a US tax code that is more than 5,000 pages long. I may have to go through and do this show again in roundabout February, March, April, somewhere around there. But let me do it right now because I was having a discussion and it's community and finance. And coming into the spending portion of the year, I guess it just feels like the right thing to do. So here are some basic steps to doing your taxes, filing your tax returns. You start by adding up your gross income. And this includes your salary or your wages from a job. It includes your investment interest income, pensions, and annuities. If you have a job, your employer will send you a W-2 form in the mail, which shows how much you earned and how much income tax was already withheld. Take from that any adjustments, like alimony that you paid, deposits in retirement plans, self-employment, estimated taxes that was already paid, moving expenses, interest that you paid on a student loan, things like that. The difference is your AGI, your adjusted gross income. Once you know your AGI, you have two choices. You're either going to subtract a standard deduction or subtract an itemized deduction. Whichever is greater. Itemized deductions might include medical and dental expenses, charitable contributions, interest on home mortgages, and state and local taxes from the previous year. Then you subtract personal exemptions. And the IRS allows you to subtract a certain amount for each person, your spouse and your dependent, if your AGI is under a certain amount. Whatever is left over, that is considered to be your taxable income. And this is where things tend to get a bit complicated because the United States uses a marginal or progressive tax rate system. The more you earn, the higher your tax rate. And to determine exactly how much you owe, you have to look up your taxable income on the IRS tax table. Now, you find the number that matches your filing status: single, married filing, jointly married filing, separately, head of household, or qualifying widow, widower with dependent child, which is the same as married filing jointly. And the number is your gross tax liability. If it sounds like a lot, don't worry. you still have another chance yet to lower your tax bill. From your gross tax liability, what you then do is subtract any credits. The child tax credit is really a big one. It's $1,000 for each qualifying child, and other credits include earned income tax credit for low income working families, which can be as much as $6,000, and the child and dependent care credit for child care expenses. The final number is your net tax. And if that is a positive number, then you owe the IRS some money. If it's a negative number, you get some money back. Sounds simple enough, right? No. But that's fine. Here's the thing. You must file your federal income tax return and pay any taxes owed by April 15. Filing or paying late results in penalties and interest that accrues over time. If you are due a refund, the IRS mails most of them out within 2 weeks. And this is 2 weeks of receiving the return. You could also have the money electronically deposited into a bank account. Now, if you're a freelancer, independent contractor, or otherwise self-employed, no one is going to withhold income taxes each time you get paid by a client or a customer. It is instead your responsibility to pay estimated taxes quarterly based on your taxable income the year before. Not only is it the law, and you'll just pay a small penalty if you don't do it, but it allows you to avoid a big tax bill in April. So you want to be vigilant. You want to stay on top of that. Humorist and travel writer Stanton Delaplane once offered a light-hearted suggestion for a simplified tax form. It goes along the lines of this. How much money did you make last year? Mail it in. While that may be a drastic way to change the tax system, there has been no shortage of people proposing new tax systems since the 16th Amendment was passed in 1913. If you follow presidential campaigns, typically there is talk from some of the candidates on revising the tax system. And there are a couple of alternative tax plans that can be mentioned. So, let me not get into that yet. Let me just take a quick little break. And when we come back, we take a quick look at those two alternative tax plans. Do you know what they are? If you do, shoot me a message, 773-789-STEW. 773-789-7839. You can call, you can text. Let me know if you think you know what the alternative tax plans are, or jump into the stew pot on kevinstew.com. Just go ahead, share. Feel free. And share the show too. There might be somebody out there who will find this quite interesting and learn something from it. Call a friend, tell a friend, share with a friend, whichever way. Nobody likes to be alone. Bring some friends. We'll be right back.
Pulsey Media Group, innovative streaming and recording, has done it again. A new way to get your business in full view of your neighborhood consumer through AdShare TV. It's available in your neighborhood today. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. Become a host today and place a TV monitor in a strategic location so it's easy to see. Get a 1-minute video ad or longer that plays anywhere in our network. Can't be a host? No problem. For a few dollars, we'll run your 30-second video ad. A host can run announcement specials like buy one get one free or discount ads. Let's turn your flyers into a 30-second video with music or a voiceover, or let us create and run your video ad with a spokesperson. Take advantage of our early enrollment discount. Join us today. Your ad will be seen at least 30 times per day in your AdShare TV neighborhood. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. AdShare TV, part of Pulsey Media Group.
Are you crazy about the music industry? You aspire to hit it big in music? Or maybe you've sweated out a soulful killer beat and are now stuck finding it's not as easy as it looked. Oh, but it can be easy for you with JTMC. We've been there. We know how it feels. So we solve challenges like production, promotion, marketing, branding and development, and more. With over 30 years of experience, JTMC is a one-stop shop for artists. We handle your graphic design, writing services, PR, as well as event planning, e-blasts, artist management, and bookings, so also your website and social media needs as well. We're experts in using creativity to persuade audiences on behalf of artists, drawing on our diverse experience to create projects that connect with audiences intellectually and emotionally. Artist success is everything to us, and our years of experience and commitment will be behind you for every one of your needs. If you've got music for the world to hear, whether you're a new or established artist, visit us at jtmcenterprise.com.
I'm in almost every school bus and classroom. You see me around the neighborhood and you tell me that I'm a pretty good kid. Well, I'm one out of every 5 children in America, and I'm struggling with hunger.
Please visit feedingamerica.org today and find your local food bank for ways to help.
Every dollar you donate helps provide 8 meals for kids like me. We are Feeding America, brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
It takes an entire village to raise a child. Hello, I'm Paul Campbell, here to talk about Palace. Peace and Love Academic Scholarship. This nonprofit group supports students facing serious obstacles from entering or continuing their studies, not because the grades are failing, but due to the lack of financial support.
Over the past 8 years, Palace has awarded 600 scholarships valued at approximately 50.3 million Jamaican dollars, or 415,000 US dollars.
Together, we must build a better future for our children. Please visit www.palace1.org and make your donation to brighten the future of a deserving child. Palace, preserving young minds for posterity.
Matthew 28:19 says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." With this in mind, and encouragement received during a South Florida media conference, that Church Links was birthed. The Church Links is an interdenominational worship service portal for churches, providing the tools to spread the word through technology in a cost-effective way. The Church Links, www.dahchurchlinx.com, your links to worship and praise.
Hi, this is Cara Manti, and you're listening to DJ Kevin Stew, and this is The Night Shift.
I say, oh, despite all of the struggles you have faced, let's always remember this. Better days are ahead, you see. Yeah, that. Even though life's rough, things tough, and times red, but don't give up, fight the fight until the end. Cause after the rain falls, the sun will shine again. Better days ahead, better days ahead. Me get kicked out in the streets, I get teenager. I'm growing up food to eat, packing up no paper. The amount of studio me bleach, my rust area. Brand new rhythm for release, get pen to paper. 2014, girl better get bang up, so me start to gamble. Car wash, no play money inside go. Hustle to the hustle, what you know about struggle and survival. When stress reach, me smart weed and ease the pressure. Them see that's a girl, life's rough, things tough, and times red. But don't you give up, fight the fight until the end. Cause after the rain falls, the sun must shine again. Better days ahead, better days ahead. No fish walk in my shoes, but them not really know. Struggles up will fight up a true man, coulda dead they know. Never you lose faith, roll up your head you know. Put in the work as life and no better rose. Give thanks, my tune and play upon the radio. See me on the TV, we them want me living now. For me leave for the show, wipe the tears them from my eyes. And I have to see my dog crying. Even though life's rough, things tough, and times red. But don't you give up, fight the fight until the end. Cause after
The sound of the night.
the sun will shine again.
A track called Better Days Ahead.
Better days ahead, better days ahead.
I want to thank my sponsor for this segment of the show,
I mean, I say, regardless of
Althea and their heavenly healing hands.
look forward, is it?
Althea is a licensed massage therapist that comes to you
Put in the work yourself too. Make everything possible.
just to be in
I'm in a circle.
Broad County, North Miami-Dade, or South Palm Beach County, and give her a call 954-655-9000 or email her at thealater@att.net.
And after the rain falls, the sun will shine, shine. Better days ahead.
After one of her massages, you only can think that you're in heaven and you can take on whatever is thrown at you. Trust me, you feel that good. Well, that has been my experience anyway. So, it's Community and Finance Night, and tonight we're looking at finance, and one of the things that never seems to go away when it comes to our finances and its taxes. And before the break, I was saying we're gonna look at two alternative tax plans. Do you know what they are? I didn't get anybody messaging me telling me what they were. I don't know if it is because I didn't find the information or what, but right now we use what is called a marginal tax system. It's also called a graduated tax, in which the percentage you pay in taxes vary based on your income. Now, under a flat tax system, everyone pays the same tax rate no matter how much they earn. And former presidential candidate Steve Forbes proposed a 17% flat tax in 1996 and 2000. And Rick Perry floated a 20% flat tax in his 2012 presidential campaign. Proponents of a flat tax system say that it would do away with the complicated tax code and tax forms. The flat tax would need only one form, about the size of a postcard, and consisting of only 10 lines. You would merely add up wage, salary, and pension income, subtract any personal allowances, and pay 17% of your taxable income. Sounds simple enough, right? Deductions and credits would be eliminated under this type of plan. Perry's proposal did allow a few deductions, such as mortgage interest. Now, critics on the flat tax say that would favor the wealthy. Under Rick Perry's plan, a married couple with 2 children earning $31,000 would lose $5,000 in credits, while the same earning $424,900 would owe nearly $45,000 less in taxes. That doesn't seem quite fair. On the surface, you'd think, oh, it's a flat tax, the same for everybody. But that only makes sense if everybody would really be earning round about the same thing, right? Yeah, I would think so too. What is even more controversial than the flat tax, though, is the idea of abolishing the federal income tax entirely by repealing the 16th Amendment. Now, who is bold enough to try that? In place of an income tax, some propose the use of a national sales tax. And many countries around the world levy a national sales tax, also called a value-added tax or VAT. The difference is that most of those countries also collect income taxes. The US backers of the national sales tax want to get rid of the IRS and charge a flat 10 to 25% on all retail purchases of goods and services. So, why? What then would be the benefits of a national sales tax, like a flat tax? Well, very similarly to it, a national sales tax makes tax collection just simple, a whole lot simpler. Workers could keep their entire paycheck, then use that money to buy the things that they need. Proponents also of the so-called fair tax, a version of the national sales tax, include a provision called a prebate. And this is a monthly check mailed by the government to lower income families to subsidize their purchases. Advocates of a national sales tax also argue that a consumption tax collects revenue from everyone, even illegal immigrants. But it doesn't leave out tax dodgers and tourists from other countries either. Opponents of the national sales tax say it would put an unfair burden on the middle and lower classes who buy a lot of the products that would be taxed. It might reduce consumer spending, thereby slowing the economy. They add that in order for a national sales tax to be fair, it should be applied to the purchase of stocks and bonds in addition to consumer goods. Under the fair tax proposal, investments are not taxed. And although brokers' fees would be, they still get away with the investment themselves not being taxed. So we know taxes pretty much are when it comes to taxes, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. It's a bitter subject in just about every country. The US has had a decidedly tumultuous relationship with the tax issue. America has one of the most complicated tax systems in the world. Are you surprised? No, not very. But it also grows even more complex every year. In the end, whether you agree with paying taxes or not, well, you have April 15 probably circled on your calendar. Whether you agree with it or not, because as they say, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. And if you live in the US, and you're working, you're gonna have to do it. It's just one of the things that got to be do. So some people consider it as a dreaded day. Some people just say, hey, you know what? It's inevitable. So let's just bite the bullet and just deal with it. Just a quick overview of this whole tax thing. Because really and truly, nobody really forgets the first time. The first time of what? The first time of their taxes. Whether it was their high school job or the first job that they had leaving college. Whatever it is. Everybody remembers that first time when they get that check and they rush to look and see how much it is, only to see a chunk of it being taken out. And then they go, why? And that chunk is what goes for taxes. That goes into taxes. But really and truly, you're getting something back for that money that is taken out. You get clean running water. You get police. Although it could be argued about the type of policing that you get. But you get policing. For the most part, it's good. You get garbage picked up from your home. These are the things taxes help to take care of that. And of course, many of us have opinions about whether you're over or underpaying the government. Yeah. But understanding the ins and outs of taxes is one of those things that you kind of have to spend some time on. Some people get it quick and easy. Some people just have to spend more time on it. But in a nutshell, taxes are compulsory contributions to the state you live in and to the federal government, levied by the government to pay for things that society on a whole needs, and people can't pay for it individually. Things that include everything from the roads that we drive on, to law enforcement, to even the salary of the president. It's all coming from taxes. And it's not optional taxes either. And when you try to hide from them or outrun them, typically that doesn't end well. You hear people getting arrested all the time for tax evasion. Uncle Sam will get his. 96% of Americans believe it's your civic duty to pay taxes. So the best thing to do is get at least a basic understanding of taxes so that you can take care of paying them accurately and paying them on time. And you want to minimize the amount of stress and pain that you actually have when it comes to taxes. However, if you're stressed and you're in pain about it, you just call up Althea and have her use her healing heavenly hands to take care of you. That's what I do. Now, understanding taxes will save quite a bit of work. Understanding how taxes work can help you to save hundreds on transportation costs or child care by having the cost of getting to work or having children taken care of or taken out of your paycheck pre-tax. That's an option. Understanding taxes will also help you to budget a little better. You'll be able to more accurately plan your monthly and your yearly spending. All this can be done if you understand how much you'll be paying. Because when it comes to financial surprises, nobody really wants to experience them. Unless it's a case where you're getting a nice little change in your pocket. But nobody wants to have that experience. So the best thing to do would be to get a better understanding of taxes and how they work, how they're calculated, how they're taken out, how they're refunded. Get as much information as you can, and I won't be spending a whole lot of time on it tonight because it's celebration month. One of the reasons is celebration month, and coming up in another 65 minutes I celebrate the actual day I took my first breath of air on this side. So, I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood for some extended therapy. I don't know how you feel about it, but that's how I feel about it. I'm in the mood for extended therapy to move into my personal new year. Care to join me? Please do. So, I'll say this. Pay attention to, if you're working, what your paycheck looks like. Ask questions if you need to. Do your own research. Do what the law of the land requires so that you won't end up with the lawmen of the land knocking down your door. You don't want them there. You don't want them. You don't want to be hiding or trying to hide. Because really and truly, typically they find you. So do your part. Because even the taxes that you complain about, or that we complain about so often, they will actually be helpful to us in the long run. We all like having good roads to drive on. We all like having clean communities. Taxes help to take care of these things. So pay your portion And if it's not happening in your community, you have a right to ask why. Yeah, everybody has to answer to somebody. And the people that who, when you go out and vote, end up in a position of representation of you, they have a right to answer your questions because you are the one that put them there, and it is your tax dollars, our tax dollars, that pay them their salaries. So really and truly, they work for us. They don't have a choice. They need to answer to us, or else there are repercussions. Now, of course, a lot of us believe that we don't have a whole lot of say. And when it comes to wielding power and having influence, individually we may not, but collectively, that's something different. We're going to take a quick little break. When we come back, extended musical therapy. Believe it or not, it is going to happen. Are you excited? Are you looking forward to it? I know I am. Because for starters, I don't even know where it's going to take us. But I know we're going on a journey. We'll be right back after these few messages. And I think it would help if we turn on the sound.
I learned that today in school I learned a lot. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me. In English, I learned that I'm disgusting. And in physics, I learned that I'm a loser.
Today in school,
In math,
I learned that I'm ugly and useless.
I'm trash.
And in gym,
In biology,
I learned that I'm pathetic
that I'm fat
and a
and
joke.
stupid.
In history,
Today in
I learned that I'm trash.
Today in school, I learned that I have no friends. In English, I learned that I make people sick. And at lunch, I learned that I sit on my own because I smell. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes
In
me.
biology, I learned that I'm fat and stupid.
In English,
And in
I
math,
learned that I make people
I
sick.
learned that I'm trash.
The only thing I didn't learn in school today
The only thing I didn't learn today.
The only thing I didn't learn
Is why no one ever helps.
Kids witness bullying every day. They want to help, but they don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov. A message from the Ad Council.
JTMC Music presents the highly anticipated, much talked about, The Juggling Rhythm Volume 1. This classic rhythm takes on a new life with tracks from both established artists and introduces some incredible new voices. Get your dancing shoes ready with The Juggling Rhythm, featuring international reggae dancehall artist Mr. Vegas, alongside Ian Sweetness, Ed Robinson, Jack Radix, Hezron, Dangling, Joanna Marie featuring Galaxy P, Denny Ranks featuring Jawiz, Ambalik, Christine Alicia, Yishka. Also the new sensations on the rhythm: Zeal, Danger Lee, Marquis Skellenard, Zachary. Available on all digital media outlets. The Juggling Rhythm. Get it, get it, get it.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
When being in the moment is priceless, consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse E-Media Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse E-Media Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulsemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse Media Group, when being in the moment is priceless.
Hey, I'm representing for DJ Kevin Stew, working on the night shift radio show. Won't go changing like the weather, just to please the devil never. Will DJ Kevin Stew sell his soul? That's a word and honor. It's Christine representing word and honor. Selassie DJ Kevin Stew. No pain, no fire up in the sky will change my vision from my eyes. I won't go stumbling like the others who has gone before me. Never will I leave my pride. That's my shining armor. Yeah. Won't go changing like the weather just to please the devil. Never will I sell my soul. That's my word in honor. Yeah. Cause for what it's worth, I'm holding. Yeah. Much better than them, no. No giving to them. No. Hate you all the pain. Keep fighting. Yeah. The only way to win. No giving to them.
Welcome you to an extended musical therapy.
Chances are you never hold out. Cause them know we know you like them set bad route. But no matter what you try, this without no. Whether you're in the deepest night.
And you know what? Before I get too deep into this,
The enemy get funk out. And them bad like
I want to remind everybody about Nami Walks. Gonna happen this coming weekend.
I won't go stumbling like
Nami Walks is happening at
before me now.
Tradewinds Park on Saturday.
That's my shining armor. Yeah. Won't go changing like
And this is Saturday, November the 9th.
never will I sell my soul. That's my word in honor.
There are a few spots left.
Cause for what it's worth, I'm holding.
I recommend that you go on the Nami site. If you're on social media, you can find them on Nami Walks Broad County on Facebook.
Yeah.
And you can reserve your spot there.
No giving to them. No. As if the wind beneath
Or you can just go to kevinstew.com. And in the slider, you'll see Nami's Not All Heroes Wear Capes flyer. Click on it. It will take you straight to where you need to go to register.
And I'll be the same man. Yeah.
Do your registration.
Now and for always, yeah.
And believe me,
I won't go stumbling.
you'll be contributing to a worthy cause, and you'll be participating in recognizing something that we all need to take care of, our mental health.
No pain, no fire up in the sky will change my vision from my eyes. I won't go stumbling like the others who has gone before me. Never will I leave my pride. That's my shining armor. Yeah. Won't go changing like the weather just to please the devil. Never will I sell my soul. That's my word in honor. Yeah. Cause for what it's worth, I'm holding. Yeah. Much better than them, no. No giving to them. No. Hate you all the pain. Keep fighting. Yeah. The only way to win. No giving to them. No. Them say chances are you never hold out. Cause them know we know you like them set bad route. But no matter what you try, this without no. Whether you're in the deepest night or the light out. And the enemy get funk out. And them bad like get hold out. The most time in the shout out. Good over evil we not down. I won't go stumbling like the others who has gone before me. Never will I fighting. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The only way to win, not give in to them. No, no, no. As if the wind beneath my wing should turn this all around. Then let the test of time define who I am. No pain, no pie up in the sky. No, will change my vision from my eyes. And I'll be the same man. Yeah. Now and for always. Yeah. I won't go stumbling like the others who has gone before me. Never will I leave my pride. That's my shining armor. Yeah, yeah. Won't go stumbling like the others just to please the devil. Never will I sell my soul. That's my word in honor. Yeah, yeah. There's a chances are you're not gonna hold out. Cause I know you know your life them set bad road. But no matter what you try this without no. Whether you're in the deepest night or the light out. Every part of me who I've eyes to see will see. I won't go stumbling like the others who has gone before me. Never will I leave my pride. That's my shining armor.
Baby, together as one. You may choose to leave.
This is the sound of Leah Stewart.
Just like the dawn when the mountain
Daughter of the living legend Willie Stewart. No. Yeah. Don't argue with me. Former percussionist of Third World Willie Stewart. This is quite talented offspring. This is Leah. Track called I'll Be Right There.
we're too hard to leave. Baby, together as one. You may choose to leave, but I'll be waiting just like the dawn when the mountains crumble down and you feel like you're losing ground. You wanna scream, but you can't make a sound. You can find me, I'll be right there. You can find me, I'll be right there. Just like a shadow, drifting across the dusk. I feel hollow, like the elephant without its tusk. If we only knew everything we're yearning for cannot be bought in an expensive store. We're too hard to leave. Baby, together as one. You may choose to leave, but I'll be waiting just like the dawn
Groove galore.
Honorable, Tessanchi, sing for them.
Working out with Honorable and Tessan. It's called Let Me Love You.
Makes no sense to try to explain that I can put you to the corner in the very back of my mind, but somehow you're here in every single way.
Talk to me, baby.
And I can't escape.
I believe you.
Running away from the pain I know may come. And I can't erase what you do to me. Baby, what you do to me.
Okay.
I wanna give you loving like you never had before. I wanna be the one who holds you down. No matter what, I'll be there for sure. I wanna be the woman of your dreams and so much more. So baby, help me learn to love you. Baby, just to love you, love you, love you. Baby, just to love you.
I love you, man. So baby, make me take you on the kingdom. Me love bankers and not divide. Why you not be sacrifice your pride? Rhapsody with me and you, every melody's timeless. You left me speechless and mindless. Sipping on the emotions. Every touch is like a happy pill. Relationship of a bill. Me I go love you right back, so no worry. Straight shooter with it, Steph Curry. Maybe take you in a rollers and flip flop. Maybe do anything we make we lip flop. And anything we wrong now you like me big status and a try like your heart. Cause you know me big lock.
I can't erase what you do to me. Baby, what you do to me.
That's right.
I wanna give you loving like you never had before. I wanna be the one who holds you down. No matter what, I'll be there for sure. I wanna be a woman of your dreams and so much more. So baby, help me learn to love you. Baby, just to love you, love you, love you. Baby, just to love you.
I love you, my baby.
Baby, just to love you, love you, love you.
This one's for the lovers. Listen.
I can't run away anymore because my aching dreams will lead me right back to you. And I can't leave this way anymore because the only truth is that I have for you. Baby, just to love you, love you, love you. Baby, just to love you. Baby, just to love you, love you,
Let me love you back, baby.
baby, just to hold you, baby, just to kiss you.
You look so guilty, guilty, guilty. Woman, you look so guilty, guilty, guilty. Girl, you look so guilty, guilty, guilty.
This is the sound of Korik. It's called Guilty Eyes.
Your eyes look so guilty when you say that you love me. Why your
It's an extended musical therapy tonight
every time you talk to me, I can't trust
on the eve of my personal new year.
you. And you always need money. When you come around, you don't stay. You collect, then you step in a hurry. Check it. You never call me up to ask me if I'm okay. Don't even care to find out if I'm feeling lonely. You only show up when we get paid. But when me broke, it's like you loved up on a holiday. But now I'm wise up. I'm looking straight through you like an x-ray. Eyes don't lie, well I saw them say. And your eyes been giving you away. I'm thinking that I need to keep you at bay. Why your eyes look so guilty when you say that you love me? Why your eyes move so shifty every time you talk to me? I can't trust you, girl, you're tricky. And you always need money when you come call me on the phone and don't have nothing for say. Except me need this, me want that, where the money there. It's like you take man for idiot. It better me step well if you. When I go bring it up again, me no want to stress you. Me don't even want you talk to me again. Unless you're telling me you're leaving for good, you're not returning. Thank you for the lessons I've been learning. Why your eyes look so guilty when you say that you love me? Why your eyes move so shifty every time you talk to me? I can't trust you, girl, you're tricky, and you always need money. When you come around, you don't stay. You collect, then you step in a hurry. Listen, something kind of funny about the things you say. It's never black, it's never white, it's always shades of gray. While I keep giving and giving, support your fancy living. What was I thinking? Sure, I must be tripping. You just the program, so me move on, baby. I know you're free to get your groove on, baby. You can stay out all night and party as you like, and find yourself another fool to put your moves on, baby. Why your eyes look so guilty when you say that you love me? Why your eyes move so shifty every time you talk to me? I can't trust you, girl, you're tricky, and you always need money. When you come around, you don't stay. You collect, then you step in a hurry. Why your eyes look so guilty when you say that you love me? Why your eyes move so shifty every time you talk to me? Do what I have to do. Say what I need to say. Just to get that seed and operate my own skills. I don't need no judgment. This is not judgment. And I don't follow no one. This is not something.
This is Jamiri. It's called Mind Your Business. This one features King Koi.
I'm not living right, let me live my life. I say that you should mind your business and let me mind my business. Oh, that you should mind your business and let me mind my business. Oh, you should mind your business and let me mind my business. You got to know where you're going, know where you're heading. We all have our own path. Some take it slow, some take it fast. So we can get stronger. Some lost and I wonder. Help me now fall under pressure. Oh, the fire so hot, yeah. I'ma live my life in my own way. I don't really care what nobody says. I'ma rock the mic, I'ma do my thing. Now go back and forth with no one, no. Some say you only use your family names to get the thing. Well, I say you should mind your business and stay.
23 minutes after the hour.
Some say that I'm not living right, let me live my life. I say that you should mind your business and let me mind my business.
Yeah, we still have more time, don't worry.
Blaze up the fire for the demon watching. Only live my life, only God can judge it.
Yeah. Father, forgive me for all the sins I committed. Even though I did them all in your image, all for the winning. You should be afraid when I'm finished. Haters sitting there commentating, mind your own business.
My life in my own way. Don't really care what nobody says. I'ma rock the mic, I'ma do my thing. Now go back and forth with no one, no. Some say you only use your family names to get your fame. Well, I say you should mind your business and stay in your own lane. Some say that I'm not living right, let me live my life. I say
grow. And make sure to let you know to not lose faith. We do this for the people with
from Jamari Morgan
and we never
to the family.
Strength from a
Morgan Heritage.
What you say, Peter?
This is Hold On.
Someone try to break it down just because you got a whole lot of things going on. All this negative vibe is the number one reason why we can't get along. Now where is the love for our brothers? Where is the love for our sisters? Now listen, whosoever's gonna stand up with us, just know it's gotta be like this. We gotta hold on. We gotta be strong. This is our wish. The we wish. Together we all can move on. We gotta hold on. And we gotta be strong. This is our wish. The we wish. Together we all can move on.
There'll come a time when you need a little help. Come on, you don't know. Yeah. So hate is not the way to go. Love is all we should know. No man is an island. No man stands alone. Ooh, we all need a little help from time to time. Let it sink in your mind.
We gotta hold on. We gotta be strong. This is our wish. We wish. Together we all can move on. We gotta hold on. We gotta be strong. This is our wish. We wish.
Yo, Pete.
Together we all can move on.
They'll never step aside or out the way, cuz they'll never let you rise in defeat, love. Watch what's culminating. Check the meditation. Keep the situation. Nobody understands what you're going through. I see the pain in your eyes as you're feeling blue. You better keep your spirit up. Just said we'll overcome. Together we move on, and it's all about the love. You feel me?
We gotta be strong. This is our wish. We wish. Together we all can move on.
If you're out there,
We gotta be strong. This is our wish. We wish. Hey, yo, let us know something real quick, y'all. Now leave it with us, see?
That's right.
Leave it with us, see? Leave it with us, see?
Can you wake up to it? You see it?
Leave it with us, see?
Gotta be strong.
if you're out there, somewhere feeling low, you're not the only one. You're not the only one.
This is Third World.
Now welcome to the third world.
Working out with Damien.
Tell them say age is a number, third world no study much. Richie Daly and me done, age around a top of tops. Up to now no boy no play guitar, we bad like Uncle Cat. Maurice save a Papa son, Norris played for Super Cat. Oh, one band so full of talent like the list just never stops. Go on eruption, feet like Figgle and can sprint a dozen laps. Steve Locker engineer, drum back a fear buck. Give the legend them props. Real uptown rebel set for reggae on the map. More money, more problems. Not to say I woulda swap, but it's lonely at the top. Some will say them are your friend, but are you alone? I spend yes till every man a shop. One the newest things for cop. Man I go on all a rems, cause you don't know the straps. Things sticky like sour sap. And one shepherd to a flock. See them hustle on the corner while they try to be a man, but it gets lonely on the block. And it's rough in at the job. And everybody need a hand to lift them up when them a drop. If you're out there, somewhere feeling lonely, you're not the only one. You're not the only one. If you're out there, somewhere feeling lonely, you're not the only one. You're not the only one. So come on inside and tell me how you're feeling. Tell me all about the burdens that you bear. They say good conversations can be healing. You're not alone, 'cause I'm still all ears. Some folks got to go on their own journey. But if you ever want to turn back 'cause you're scared, sometimes even only one. People always wonder what's the meaning of life if you're not living for yourself. And whenever you get that empty feeling, you're not alone. Have you no fear? When each one sleep, they close their eyes. Then drift off in their thoughts. So it should come as no surprise. Sometimes we all get lost. And if you're out there somewhere,
It's not a third world.
you're not the only one. You're not the only one. If you're out,
You can catch them this weekend at the Grace Jamaican Jerk Festival.
you're not the only one. You're not the only one. If you're out there somewhere, over you, baby, over you. You make me sick.
This is that guy that you just heard Junior Gang saying sound looks like Papa San. This is Maurice.
I saw you sitting on the
Maurice Gregory. Track is called Over You.
You caught my stare, and every moment that I see you over there.
Keyboard player for Third World.
Oh, you're so clear. You got me truly over you, over you, over you, over you, babe, over you, over you, over you. This could be much better, baby, if you give me the time of day. Ooh, yeah. I'm writing you this letter. Oh, baby. Still unsure if I should share a big decision. For me, anyways. To be rejected makes me so afraid. You got me drooling over you, over you, over you, over you, babe, over you, drooling over you, babe, over you, over you.
I want to say big ups to my sister from another mister. Had an excellent workshop this past weekend. MJ Media Group, Melissa Jane, they keep doing the excellent work.
This is a risk I'm taking, baby. I gotta split my heart in two. And if you feel the same way, baby, half for me and half for you. Just speculation. And if it should come true, to make you happy would be what I do. You got me feeling over you, over you, over you, over you, babe, over you, over you, over you. You got me drooling over you, baby. You're my computer girl. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got me. Should know, yeah. On your pictures yesterday, as I survive your pain, your pain.
This guy will also be performing at the Grace Jamaican Jerk Festival. He goes by the name Ed Robinson.
I was on your space, your space.
This track is Cyberspace Love.
Your face caught my eye, and to my surprise, I felt like I know you, though you're a stranger. With every stare, it became.
I want to say thanks to JTMC Enterprise for sponsoring this previous segment. JTMC can take care of your entertainment needs, your tour management needs, your bookings, your promotions, your event management, your social media management. Just get them a link. Visit them at jtmcenterprise.com. Get them a call. Tell them you heard about them on the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew.
Girl, you got me wanting you. Now I'm aware some may think it's a strange way to be.
And this segment of the show, this last and final segment, is brought to you courtesy of GMAC Music Solutions. Bringing music to life, bringing your event to life. I use GMAC Music Solutions many occasions. They provide sound and light and stage production services, musical equipment, DJs, bands, musicians, singers. So I've used them, they've used me. Get them a call, 754-307-4622, 754-307 GMAC.
You're my computer girl. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I won't talk out this one. Not this time. Taking it once more from the top. This is Ed Robinson.
You should know.
Cyberspace Love.
Saw your picture yesterday as I surfed by your page. Couldn't help but stop and stare, 'cause I was on your space. Your face caught my eye, and to my surprise, I felt like I know you, though you're a stranger. With every stare, it became so clear that what I feel could not be real. I'm staring at a screen and like what I feel. Oh no, cyberspace girl, you got me hoping. Cyberspace girl, you got me wanting. Cyberspace girl. Girl, you got me wanting you. Now I'm aware some may think it's a strange way to be, but I can't help it, and I just won't deny it. No, it may surprise you that this ain't no computer tune, and I won't be tripping on no auto-tune. No. What it's gonna be, 'cause I'm loving what I see. Yes, I'm wanting what I see. And so with every step, it became so clear that what I feel is truly real. I'm staring at a screen and like what I feel. Oh no, cyberspace girl, you got me hoping. Cyberspace girl, you got me wanting. Cyberspace girl, oh you got me thinking.
Joanna Marie.
You're like the music.
Yes, best believe. This is Joanna Marie. Track is called Don't Go Away.
And you're everything I wanted a man to be. Don't go away, don't go away. I hope we'll never part, 'cause you take my love.
This is Joanna Marie, and it's all about DJ Kevin Stew on the night shift. You feel for some stew? Check out Kevin Stew.
Yeah, we're really mixing it up tonight. Thank you very much, Joanna Marie.
Singing a love song. You're like the music. I'm playing a sweet melody. And you're everything I wanted a man to be. Don't go away, don't go away. I hope we'll never part, 'cause you take my love. Don't go away, don't go away. 'Cause you take my love away. Every time I see your face, I hope your love for me will never die. Because you see my love, you're everything that I hope for. Yes, you're everything I wanted a man to be. Don't go away, don't go away. I hope we'll never part, 'cause you take my love. Don't go away, don't be afraid of love, 'cause you take my love away. Don't go away, don't go away. Holding you so close to me, realizing we were meant to be. Because you see my love, you're everything that I hope for. Yes, you're everything I wanted a man to be. Don't go away, don't go away. I hope we'll never part, 'cause you take my love. Don't go away, don't go away. 'Cause you take my love.
It's been a while I've seen you smile. Makes me wonder what's been on your mind. It's been a while, it took some time
For the Hezites,
to like the
this is Hezron.
chill and play for a while.
Track called So In Love.
Maybe I've been a little occupied. To keep you smiling, babe, I gotta hustle all the time. Now it seems to me you wanna ask me if my love is true. Just in case you are wondering, make no mistakes about my feelings for you. And I'm so in love with you. Yes, it's all I do for you. Everything I do, I'm so in love with you. Baby, I swear this is the truth. All I do for you. Yeah. Maybe I could spend more time with you, babe. Maybe I could have told you more times that I do, babe. Maybe I could hug and kiss you more, yeah. Just to show you my love for you is secure. Baby, I walk 100,000 miles just to keep you happy and satisfied, baby. Whoa. Now it seems to me you wanna ask me if I still do, yeah. Just in case you were wondering, made no mistakes about my feelings, baby. I'm so in love with you, and this way I feel. What I do for you. Say I'm so in love with you. Baby, this is the truth. All I do for you, baby. Just in case you are wondering, make no mistakes about my feelings for you. I'm so in love. I'm so in love. All I do. I'm so this is the truth. All I do for you.
This is IKEA. Track called Ain't Giving Up.
People be talking this, people be talking bad, but I don't give a damn, cause baby boy, I got your back. For them to do when we are hustling on the streets, sleepless nights, we are looking just to find the food for these, huh? No, you watch out with me, you're up with you, what's that with me, yes, that shit. Whenever you want it, my got it, I need it, your copy, tell them not try stop it, try that die for my man, who will clap it now. I ain't giving up on my baby, I ain't giving up on my man, I ain't giving up on my baby, even though he's not something else. I ain't giving up on my baby, I ain't giving up on my man, I ain't giving up on you, baby. I hope you understand. I know sometimes you think I must get lonely in life. Sometimes it get hard and love get tested, but now give up the nookie and the time we invested. Enough man I try, come with them. Highest that tell me yo them living like a star, but I'm not interested. Even your friend tell me say I him up the remedy. Him say him want me, so they would not go blessed with, but I ain't giving up on my baby. I ain't giving up on my man. I ain't giving up on my baby, even though he's not something else. I ain't giving up on my baby. I ain't giving up on my man. I ain't giving up on you, baby. And I hope you understand. I'm never gonna give it away. Never gonna give it away. I hope you understand. I'm never gonna give it away. Never gonna give it away. I hope you understand. Don't fear, but no worry yourself. Before I give it up, I'll make it step on the shelf. I know not them can't catch me with a will. I can't medicine alone. From the head, from the head, from the head.
So many times be a second about this. Cause every goddess when me know want this. Feel in love, peaceful and bliss. A black love full of dark bliss. Black moments make we reminisce. Light your spliff if you drink, take a sip. Tonight sex and up we target. Cause I've got something better. I swear to God I do. I've got a man that loves me and reads to me too. Him take me on a level, nothing left to do.
This is new music from Caramanti.
That I love him
It's called Black Love.
He reads to me, he teaches me that please.
This is a different kind of love, a different level. You call this next level.
And plays with me, all day with me.
10 minutes to the top of the hour. 10 more minutes.
Through time and space, the love strong, stronger than the black race. A pure magic anytime we embrace. Me love your king, I will never embrace. The man go deep, deep in the bookcase. Stroke me body plus me mental space. Spiritually I have to elevate. Cause I've got something better. I swear to God I do. I've got a man that loves me and reads to me too. Him take me on a level, nothing left to do but confess that I love him, and that's the truth. He reads to me, he teaches me, that pleases me. Black love so sweet, he lays with me and plays with me all day with me. That love with me.
Yes, where you want me for you, I'm so proud to call you my empress. For your plan time matter, I wouldn't second guess. I never wanted to know.
This is Jordan.
But I have to confess. Are you
Caraman to sing about Black Love? This is more of it right here.
Congo, Bongo Empress? Are you a me African queen? Congo, Bongo.
It's called Congo Bongo Empress.
Are you missing a dream? Congo, Bongo Empress. And are you make me sing? Congo, Bongo Empress. She's sophisticated, she well intelligent. And when me give her me money fi go a market, no ask if we well spent. Ambition high, down to the earth, and I learn. But Empress a thing sky high, spread out your wings and fly. Congo, Bongo Empress, are you a me African queen? Congo, Bongo Empress, are you missing a dream? Congo, Bongo Empress, and are you make me sing? Congo, Bongo Empress. We are come from far. Yesterday me a look on the skies. Them say we wouldn't reach this far. We wouldn't reach this far. We love you, it's a my duty. And when me look on your face, me have to smile, what a beauty. Congo, Bongo Empress, are you a me African queen? Congo, Bongo Empress, are you missing a dream? Congo, Bongo Empress, and are you make me sing? Congo, Bongo Empress. Where you want me for you, I'm so proud to call you my empress. If all your plans reveal, no time at all, I wouldn't second guess. I never want you to know, but I have to confess. Are you are the girl for me?
Yeah. I have 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes before the official celebrations of my personal new year. Yeah, being a little selfish tonight. Yeah. But I get to do this. Yeah. Really and truly do this like once a month, once a year. 1 month out of the year. I think I earn it. Yeah. This is King Charles working out to Jordan acoustically. Yeah. It's called Juice. You ready? Yeah.
Well, what you know, girl, you got the moves, you got the juice, you got the flavor, got the sauce, oh yeah. Anywhere you wanna go, just say the word and you know I'ma take you there, oh yeah. Cause you need somebody remind you, and if you're feeling lost, I will find you. Oh, I just wanna make you mine, so waste no time. Change your life. You and I, yeah, will chase the skies, no limits. Yeah. If you want to, you can be my queen, and I will be your king forever. Yeah. If you want to, you can be my queen, and I will be your king forever. Oh, girl, you got the moves, you got the juice, you got the flavor, got the sauce, oh yeah. Anywhere you want to go, well, what you know, oh. And if you need somebody remind you, if you're feeling lost, I will find you. Oh, I just wanna make you mine, so waste no time.
Yeah, we're not wasting any more time.
Change your life.
Recondition.
You're
mine.
And I yes, will chase the skies, no limit.
No limit at all.
Yeah.
Just a few more minutes to go. I want to thank y'all for tuning in tonight. Inviting you to join me tomorrow night for Healthy Love, right here, same time, same place, 10 p.m. till midnight, as I celebrate a special Healthy Love. Join me, celebrate with me, yeah? I'll roll out tonight giving thanks. This young lady here celebrated her Earth date over the weekend, and in celebration of her and to ring in my personal New Year, this is Tamara B. Track called "Ja Got Me Covered." This is how I roll out here tonight. Thank you, Ja. Thank you, Father. Thank you for taking me through another one. Thank you for making me see a new one. Thank you. Thank you.
I never cease to praise him, even when my bills are way overdue.
Catch y'all later.
I never cease
Because later will be greater.
when I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Remember, every day above ground is a good day, yeah?
My back against the wall, where to know where to turn.
It's official. My new year has started.
You got me covered.
Catch y'all later as we continue the celebrations, yeah?
Even when I find my back against the wall with nowhere to turn.
When being in the moment is priceless, consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse E-Media Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse E-Media Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulsemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse E-Media Group, when being in the moment is priceless.